Hello all, again welcome to the another interesting video. So just a quick recap that what we have done previously. We have understood about the roadmap to study the generative AI. We have understood each and every topic at the very upper level. We know about what does that mean. We will go one by one deep in every topic. So we are going to cover everything. Then we have understood about the course catalog. Then we have understood about the branches of AI, that where does this generative AI fall in. After that, we gone through and understand about the Hugging Face, the place where all these AI model, also called the generative AI model, it contains the models like large language model LLM, the vision language model VLM, and the small language model SLM. Now, in the last video, I have also told you about our protagonist Rohan, that he wants to build an AI assistant, but he lacks in two or three technologies. So he wanted to understand that framework which helps him to develop the AI assistant. So the very first framework that he came is LangChain. So today we are supposed to do the introduction to LangChain framework. The prerequisite of this is again the Python language. So I am expecting that you should know Python language. If you don't know a Python language, then please go and watch my Python language before, and then later come into the implementation part. For now, don't go. This is just a theory part. I'm just saying, when I go through the implementation part of this entire lecture, the post theory part, then you should know Python language very well. So yeah, these are the introduction to LangChain framework. So let's go and understand our own concept with the scenario based learning. So this is the Rohan, and he gets one food order. Now what he do is that he requested his family members to prepare the food for him so that he can deliver it on time. So his mother is taking care of everything. So she's the head cook, and she's cooking whatever Rohan has got in the order. His little brother is also cooking by taking his mother instruction. And finally, let's say Rohan's grandfather is serving the plate and placing the order. So this is the entire scenario of this place. Now, if you want to link it with our LangChain framework, that how does it link, then you can think it as Rohan's mom as an LLM. So this is like the large language model. So this is the entire AI brain. She chops everything, she makes everything, then she basically give the instruction to Rohan's little brother, and Rohan's little brother follow the steps of the instruction given by her mom. And after that, she is also instructing to the third person that how he should do the plating part. So here, Rohan is like a LangChain framework. So he is like make sure that everything seems perfect in a pipeline fashion. So you can understand that LangChain is an AI coordinator. He is basically a coordinator. He coordinates with his mother, he coordinates with his little brother, and he also coordinate with his grandfather. In this way, everything looks in a very good orchestration, in a good pipeline manner. So this is what the LangChain does for you. Now, if you want to understand the technical concept by linking these two, so what does that mean? Rohan's with the clipboard is called LangChain. Three people doing separate job is called individual steps or component in a chain. So these are the chain. Three people are doing the separate job. Chop, cook, and plate flow. So these are called the chaining. So in LangChain, there is a concept of chaining where each of these tool you want to connect it via chaining. Then kitchen coordinator role, LangChain connects your LLM model. These are your LLM model with the other tool which is meant for doing the task autonomously. What LangChain helps us to connect each and everything step by step. And why no Rohan need it? Because without LangChain, you would have to do everything manually. So Rohan does not want it. That is why with the help of LangChain framework, he can easily able to instruct everything step by step. He can tell his mother to cook the food. His mother has, let's say, the LLM brain, the large language model, which has so many memory. His mother is cooking food entirely by her own self. After that, Rohan is instructing to take the meal from the mother and try to add some spices, try to do some more cooking. Then finally, for plating option, Rohan's grandfather is able to do the plating. So can you see that everything is now in an automated fashion just by using this LangChain framework? Now let's understand and let's deep dive more into a LangChain. So setting up LangChain, what is OpenAI, Gemini, and local model. So I think you have understood about what is LLM model. LLM is large language model. It is one of those model used in generative AI. Now Rohan went to his room and he finds out three magical door. The first door is having some, let's say, jinn or a robot which can do some task. The second magical door is also there is some other robot is hiding behind it, and there is a third magical door as well where some robot or some mysterious person is hiding behind it, kind of a jinn. Rohan has the key. He wants to open it, but this key can only open only one door, and Rohan exactly know that for which door this key is made for. So he can easily able to open this door and able to access this robot so that he can give the command and this robot or jinn able to do Rohan's task very easily. This is the scenario. Now let's link it with the LangChain concept that how LangChain helps us to do these things. So Rohan has the LLM setup, the large language model. Now in order to set up the large language model into his own system, he has the API key. He wants to access any of these LLM models so that he can use this LLM model into their laptop so that he can easily able to access this model and easily able to use it as an AI assistant. So this is called the API key concept. In order to use the LLM, you need a API key, and then you can able to access your LLM, the large language model. So this is the element flow. This is the linking. So the three glowing doors is the three LLM option like OpenAI, Gemini, or some local LLM or some any other LLM could be possible. Robot face behind each door is the actual AI model, the generative AI model. Rohan's key is equals to the API key or the configuration to connect with the LLM model. Choosing a door, it means that setting up your LLM in the LangChain. So LangChain helps you to set up any of this LLM into your system so that you can able to use it. All doors work the same way. LangChain supports multiple LLM with the same code. So after understanding this sub point 2, now let's understand the sub point 3, which is the chaining concept in LangChain. What is chaining? Chaining means like connecting prompt and output step by step. Let's again and go and visit the scenario. Rohan went to his friend. His friend has some printing shop. As you can see that Rohan has some question and he wants to find an answer. He went to his friend and wants to very curious to find an answer of what is the capital of India. His friend suggested that he has hired two robot which could able to do the task on his behalf. He can able to answer everything. So Rohan passes this question or whatever template he prepared. He passes it into the robot. Robot reads it and then answer it and then deliver it to the second robot. And second robot is able to beautify it, put it into the envelope, summarize the answer, and then finally dump the answer. In this way, Rohan can able to ask any of this question or a suggestion to the robot, give the suggestion to the robot. Rohan robot can act the way Rohan has given suggestion to the robot, and then finally robot can do many other tasks and then finally generate the answer. Now let's link it with the generative AI concept. So in LangChain, it is called connecting steps. What does that mean? It means that this is called the prompt template. It means that what is prompt? Prompt is a set of instruction or some question or some suggestion, and he wants to pass it out into your LLM system so that LLM can able to understand the prompt given by the user, and based on that LLM can change its mood or feeling and try to answer it the way user has given it or suggested it in the prompt, and then finally output it. In order to beautify the output, there is some another thing, there is some second thing which is called output parser. Output parser will beautify the response generated by the LLM and then finally able to generate the final result. And this entire thing LangChain does that for you. So let's understand the concept linking. So the conveyor belt is like the chain in the LangChain. The section 1 is the question paper, your prompt template. Section 2 is your robot reads and answer the question, which is your LLM call. Section 3 is your robot summarizes, which means the output parser, the next and the very last chain, and then output passes it, and each step output become the next step input. So this is what the concept of chaining in LangChain. Now let's understand the concept of tooling. That what is tools in the LangChain? Okay, what does that tool is supposed to mean in LangChain? Tool means letting your LLM call an external function or API. Let's again go back and understand the scenario based learning. As you can see that Rohan grew up, so he is completely looking like a mature person. After like lots of earning, he built like he has earned a robot where he go to any shop and he purchases this robot. This robot can do so many tasks on behalf of Rohan. So that Rohan can ask that call a friend. This robot is a multifunctional robot. This robot can call Rohan's friend. This robot can search traffic in a map. This robot can solve abacus. This robot can even search a calendar and schedule a meeting for a Rohan. So that Rohan need not to do anything. He can just instruct this robot and robot can understand the Rohan's instruction and call the specific function as it is by understanding this Rohan's instruction. Now let's link it with the generative AI concept, that how does LangChain helps us. So as you can see that there are many different functionalities of robot, that is called tool. What is tool? Tool is a function or an API that you can connect it with your LLM model. This robot is a LLM and this multifunctional hands are the tools connected to the LLM. So that now my LLM is an extra powerful LLM because now my LLM has a capability to call someone, to search, to book a scheduled meeting, to calculate something. So now your LLM is smarter enough by connecting these two. So this is like tools is giving extra power to the LLM. And this is what LangChain does for you. It connects tool with your LLM, the large language model. So let's understand this scenario. So the scene element and the technical concept. So the scene element is Rohan's robot with the multiple hand. It means that LLM equipped with tools. Then each hand doing different tasks. Each tool is search, calculator, calendar, APIs. Rohan's task paper, user query and instruction. Rohan chooses which hand, LLM deciding which tools, then tools extend Rohan's like robot's ability, and in technical word, tools let LLM to do task beyond the task generation. Okay, beyond the text generation. So this is the concept of tools in LangChain. Now let's understand this LCEL. What is this LCEL? The full form of LCEL is LangChain Expression Language. Okay, so this is like the LCEL, like a LangChain Expression Language. So what this does that mean? It means that let's again just go into the scenario. So let's say that Rohan is playing some Lego. It is connecting one Lego one after another so that he can build the entire chain so that everything looks perfect. If you want to understand it more technically, in the previous thing we have understood about the prompting, the LLM and the output parser. So now if you want to connect everything in a sequential fashion, you will going to use this pipe operator. Don't worry, I will show you in the implementation part as well. Just understand technically that LangChain has another capability which is called LCEL, which helps us to building a pipeline like a Lego, so that you can connect your LLM model with the prompt, so that this prompt can instruct your LLM model. LLM model will able to understand the prompt, produce an output, go to this parser able to beautify your output and finally give it as a result. And this is what this scene element and technical concept looks like. Lego blocking snapping together, it means LangChain expression language. Each Lego block is a component in a LangChain like a prompt, LLM parser. Snaps click between the block is called a pipe operator, which helps you to connect LLM with this prompt and the parser with this pipe operator. So these are the pipe operator. Okay, and then this is very easy to build, and LangChain helps us to build it very easily. So after understanding the concept of LangChain expression language, then there is one other thing which is called, other concept I should say, is React pattern. So LangChain also provide you this pattern which is called a reasoning and action pattern. What is this reasoning and action pattern mean? So this reasoning and action helps your LLM to think and reason, and based on that reason, it will do action properly. Let's again and understand the scenario based learning. That what does this reasoning and action means? So as you can see that Rohan has shifted to Bangalore, and he wants to understand more about Bangalore. So what he will do is that he has so many things. He wants to understand the place, the state where Bangalore belongs to. It's Karnataka. So he wants to understand more facts about this state because this is a very new state for Rohan, and he is pretty confused that where he should go, whether he should find the capital of Karnataka or he should go to library and then understand about the entire state periodically, or is this knowledge enough, or if he needs to learn more about these things, the food, the culture, the cuisine, the transportation, the traffic, everything, and he is very confused at where he should go. Then suppose that there is some mysterious thing which has happened to him, that someone given him a very clarity, and so that he can go step by step, he can able to reason it, that first he should find out the where the Karnataka is, what are its capital. Then again he went to the library and understand more about the states where he's supposed to live. Then he go into the internet and surf a lot of other things like the food, the restaurant, the hotels, and then finally he question himself that is this knowledge enough, or he needs to learn more about it. So this is kind of a reasoning loop. Now let's understand about these things in a very technical concept. So LangChain helps you to helps any LLM model to reason and act in loop, so that after attaching this React loop with your LangChain to any other LLM model, your LLM model will able to think properly, do the action properly, and based on the action, he can have an observation power so that he can observe the output, and then he can continue its loop until and unless he gets the final result. So this is like the reasoning capability. And this is the scenario and technical concept linking, that Rohan's thinking is like thought, LLM reasoning about what to do. Rohan's picking up a book is like it's like an action, that what LLM calling a tool, which tool LLM should call. So this is like an action based on thinking, LLM is doing the action. Rohan's reading the result, it means the observation, so LLM seeing the tool's output. After that Rohan is looping back. If the knowledge is not enough, then again in LangChain it uses the React loop, so that it can able to loop back until and unless he gets the correct output. So in this way you can train your LLM, or I should not say train, but in a way you can just change the direction of your LLM, so that LLM can able to reason it, call the respective tools, then based on the tool, it will able to visualize and observe the tool output, and if the output is not sufficient, LLM will reason it back and try to give you the another output with some more clarity. This is what this React loop does for us, and LangChain helps us to use this pattern. Then finally, this is the very last step. Let me give you a little brief about everything. Rohan has understood about what is LangChain, what LangChain does for us, how to set up an LLM using an API key, how to connect the step by using prompt template LLM called output parser, how to attach the tool to any LLM so that your LLM is extra powerful because it has the other tool access, how can an any LLM build the pipeline using a LangChain framework concept, LCEL, LangChain expressionable language. Then React loop is also there, and these all the things LangChain provides you. And finally, after understanding everything, now you can see that Rohan can able to build the entire app very easily by understanding the 5 or 6 concept of LangChain. What is that concept? Tool, React, LangChain expression languages, setting up the LLM, chatting with the LLM, and other things. So this all these things would not be possible if someone would not know and understood about the LangChain things. That is why LangChain is very important. So that Rohan can able to build his own question and answering chain, and he can just serve it as a chatbot to the client so that his customers would able to easily chat with the AI assistant. And this is just a technical concept. Okay, that Rohan is typing a question, so user is input some query, robot is typing back, it means LLM is generating some response, connecting prompt we know, running chain we know, successfully working the question and answering chain. So we will going to see the entire the scenario based learning. We are going to see the entire implementation part one by one, and let me tell you about that what this LangChain looks like. So if I just go into the Google, if I just go and type LangChain here, LangChain, so this is the website of LangChain. This is just a framework like PyTorch and TensorFlow. If you have understood the machine learning, so you would know what I was telling. So yeah, the prerequisite of this is that you should know Python very well. If you haven't understood and worked on Python language, please go. I have separately made a Python lecture for you. Please go and watch it so that you would able to understand what I'm telling. Okay, but I'm expecting that you should know Python before going into the LangChain framework. So this is how the LangChain looks like. So this helps us to observe, evaluate, deploy agent and other things. If you just go to docs, so we will be mostly following the docs. Inside this docs, just scroll down, you are going to see LangChain with the Python language. So I will just click it and I will going to hover inside this page. Now what I will do is that I am going to cover from the very beginning, from how to install the LangChain into your system, how to do the quick starting, and then how to make an agent model, messaging system, connecting tool, how to attach memory, how to do streaming, how to give structure output. And you should also have a practice to read the documentation. Okay, because anyway you opt for this code, so everything I'm serving it to you on plate. But as a professional AI profession, in AI profession, basically if you are a professional AI developer, you should have an habit of understanding this documentation. Either you can just copy the link and put it in chat gpt or grok and just try to summarize it according to your way. In this way you can understand it because these are the official documentation. So we will see when we come to the implementation part. And yeah, so this is the entire part of the LangChain concept, and let me know if you have any doubt, we can connect it. So yeah, thank you all, and now let's move forward into another lecture. Thank you.